This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and today we have a special treat. This is the BlackBerry Curve 3G 9330 on Verizon right here, which currently ships with BlackBerry OS 5, but we've gotten our hands on operating system 6 for BlackBerry, and we've loaded it on. Now this phone will be upgradable for you folks when Verizon and RIM decide to release the upgrade. Hopefully that will be sometime this fall, so you will be able to actually have this. And we were kind of disappointed the phone didn't initially release with OS 6. So here we are taking a look at it right now. As you can see, this does look different from the standard BlackBerry home screen. We're going to compare it to the Curve 3G on T-Mobile, which is still running OS 5, which you can see if you're a BlackBerry person. This is your traditional looking BlackBerry home screen, and you press the menu key to bring up your applications. This guy looks a lot more like the Torch, which you've got right here. You can see the same basic layout here. Obviously the Torch is a larger, higher resolution touchscreen display. This guy doesn't have a touchscreen. But you can navigate around and get to things just like you can with the touchscreen version over here using the D-pad or using your finger. So you can manage your wireless connections here. You can scroll down and see your emails, and if you have any social networking software set up, like Twitter, MySpace, and Facebook, you'll see the messages that are relevant there along with RSS feeds. Of course, your desktop there, and then you've got your applications, but you'll see up here this is also something that we see on the Torch, and again here you can choose between frequent, all, and favorites. So when you're on that top bar you press down and you can sort between your favorites, all, frequent, things you've downloaded, media playing apps, and so on. So if we select all, we can scroll through all our application icons. Now this does just have a QVGA display, and this is not the final release of OS 6. So these icons are not exactly looking as cool as they do, say, on the Torch. We'll take a look at the Torch to give you an idea. So the icons are much more attractive looking, obviously, on the Torch. They're bigger and they're a bit bolder. Of course, this has a better display in general. But still, the icons here are reasonably familiar. If you're a BlackBerry user, you can figure out what they are. The media player has a typical icon, the camera. You've got BlackBerry App World here, your applications folder, and so on. And you can see it's going through very quickly. The phone's definitely up to handling OS 6. Now we're going to check out the web browser because that's the other major improvement. We'll just scroll down to our history to complete that URL. And this is over Verizon's EVDO 3G network. And the web browser definitely is faster. It takes a while, as you would have seen if you watched our original Curve 3G for Verizon review that's running OS 5. This guy is loading it quicker. Still not as fast as the Torch, but then again the Torch is a higher end, much more expensive device. So here we've got our site with the virtual cursor using the optical D-pad. And scroll around while it's still loading. And so we can zoom in here just by pressing the D-pad and scroll around. We hope by the final release that this does get faster. It's an improvement over the old browser, but it still could be quicker. But nonetheless, the rendering is very faithful for desktop-style websites. We're going to take a look at the multimedia applications, particularly the music player, which has improved significantly in OS 6. So you've got your selection of media applications here, your music, your video player, photo viewer, ringtones, podcasts, the video camera itself built into the phone, voice notes, recorder. We're going to take a look at the music player. There we've got options to go to the VCast music player if you want, get more music apps, or take a look at your songs. And we are looking at all songs right now. And you can sort these by album and artist if you like as well. And if you have album art, you'll see it over here, which we don't happen to have for this song. Large playback controls, and since this is a Curve with the modern design, you've got your playback controls up on top of the phone as well. Now I'll take a look at the video player real quick so you can see the performance of the phone under OS 6. And there's some sample videos on here and some of our own, and we're going to pick one of our own. This is a QVGA video, matches the resolution of the display. Coded at a reasonably good bit rate, and we're going to advance it along. There's no problem with frame rate whatsoever. Plays smoothly. And the audio is in sync with the video. So that's the new media play in OS 6 for the Curve. And last thing we're going to take a look at is the settings, because they have changed quite a lot. Gone are the arcane text-based settings that we saw in BlackBerries of old, and now, just like the Torch, you see this much more friendly, categorized, and more visually oriented layout for all of your settings. You've got your sounds and ringtones, network connections, display settings, typing and input, device info, power on-off, call management, security, third-party apps, accessibility. And we'll just take a look at it. So once you hit on this home screen, you can get a visual preview of the wallpaper here, change it, and you can choose whether or not you're launching universal search by typing, for example, or you can go with application shortcuts if you want to launch an application. So definitely a slick improvement over OS 5 in terms of usability. So that's BlackBerry OS 6 on the Curve 3G for Verizon. Visit Mobile Tech Review to read our review of the Curve 3G.